This model of a Mercedes-Benz Antos truck comes in a typical NZG branded box, and on this occasion the model was a little bit shy, didn't really want to come out and play, but sometimes in life it's only a matter of time. The model is contained within a couple of expanded polystyrene trays with a clear plastic lid, and it's factory sealed. So after a bit of knife work, it's off with the lid, and you can separate the two halves of the expanded polystyrene tray and then just lift the model out. There's no information about the truck or the model, and there's no assembly either because it's complete out of the box. Characteristically for an NZG model, the chassis is nearly all metal, and this 6x2 chassis is well detailed and includes a spare wheel. Although the tyres are all the same design, the wheel hubs are quite nicely detailed. The Antos cab roof has got aerodynamic fairing, a roof light, aerials and air horns. There are colour-coded door mirrors and a nice looking grille at the front, and the number plate is NZG 881, which happens to be the model number. Although this is a generic model not in company colours, there are some very nice small Mercedes-Benz graphics on the door. There's some decent detailing behind the cab, although the riveted connections for the fairing are a bit on the large side. The chassis is very businesslike with a good looking fuel tank and wheel arches. And at the rear the lights have plastic lenses and there's a towing hitch. The Swapbody is a fairly simple mixture of plastic and metal, with the tie downs and door handles being separately detailed. Mercedes-Benz trucks come in a number of different ranges. Actros cabs have been particularly aimed at the long distance market with a variety of different sizes, but it's also been popular on trucks aimed at the construction sector. The Antos cab is particularly aimed at trucks in the distribution sector of 18 tonnes or more, and in 2013 Mercedes-Benz introduced its new truck range, the Arocs, aimed at the construction sector, and some examples appeared at Bauma. We'll have to see who is the first to introduce a model of the Arocs. Time to test out the Antos in the CranesEtcTV distribution centre, and it's a smooth roller, so let's take off the Swapbody and have a look underneath. There's no working suspension on any of the axles and you can spin the wheels easily enough, and the steering at the front is really pretty good because you can get a nice tight angle on it, and it both poses well and moves well when the wheels are turned. There is another feature on the chassis, which is that the rear axle can be raised up out of service. And to do that you need to use a screwdriver to tighten it up, and then you can see that the rear axle is just clear of the ground. Let's now take a look at the Swapbody. It's got plastic sides and a metal bottom. And the four support legs work by being pulled out and then they can be rotated down. And obviously you can do that with all four legs. The only issue is that the legs don't actually clip into the downward position, so it will support the Swapbody if you put it down carefully. But if you're less careful, it can be an embarrassing fail. So let's see how the Swapbody system works. Here it's in the yard, up on its legs, and the Antos can reverse carefully underneath. The legs would normally lower to drop the body onto the chassis, but for the model you just need to rotate the legs out, and then locate the Swapbody on the pins on the chassis. And once it's secured in place you can clip in the legs, and then the Antos is ready to drive away. This is a CranesEtcTV safety advisory. When working in poor weather conditions, always use the correct type of umbrella. This is a nice quality truck model from NZG. It's well made with good detailing, and the Swapbody gives it some interesting posing possibilities. It will also look very good if it's released in company colour schemes. Overall, this Antos model is good enough to be highly recommended.